Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Mosk Pod. This is our 20th episode, so our second milestone ever of the Mosk Pod in existence. I'm excited to share this 20th episode. And today, we'll pack in some new additions, some things surrounded by the number 20, and we'll stick with sports throughout. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving break, and now we're back in the roll of things. Here at Iona, we're actually ending the semester, so sad news. It's probably going to be like our second to last episode of this semester, and then one more to go after. Uh, we'll see what we get in, but for now, I'm excited to share these new additions to the sports. Uh, NFL, NBA, some other MLB news, and then Iona actually starting tonight is at home. So a lot to get into, a lot of information I have. So right at 1 o'clock, we're getting started, and let's do this thing. Hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe throughout or after, whatever you think of this episode, or throughout the Moss Pod, where you want to see, and I can adjust every week. But let's get right into it. With MLB news, sort of, there were two big trades that I wanted to just hit up really quickly. Uh, Eugenio Suarez, a big home run power hitter for the Mariners. They got in back up to Jesse Winker, I think it was, from the Reds to the Mariners in exchange for something. But Eugenio Suarez played pretty well, even though he was the backup player. He ended up being better than the main trade in Winker. And Suarez, yeah, he's maintained this power streak since he's been in the league. He's shown that he can be one of the top home run hitters. He was actually second to Pete Alonso in Alonso's rookie year. That's how I sort of know it. But he's been quite a power hitter, and he actually got traded to the D-backs. I think D-backs a great addition. I would consider him a veteran now. He's still young. Um, Great power hitter for your lineup, and they needed that. I think it was third baseman, and or something like that. He could fill it, and they just add on to this young power squad that they made the World Series last year, and already are building off it. Probably looking for more to do, but they have a great team. They do need to do more because last year was a Cinderella run, but they overpowered teams. So they have to do stuff while keeping this main squad together. I'm talking about the D-backs. And yeah, they'll be rolling from there. The other one was, I think it was last Monday. Yeah, because we're at Wednesday now. Last Monday morning, it was Sonny Gray signing a 3-year, $75 million deal to the St. Louis Cardinals, adding on to the pitching depth that they really need with Michaelis. They have Mats, I think. Wainwright already gone. Uh, they have young bullpen. They really need a starter, and they need more after this. Don't get me wrong, but this will definitely help their rotation a lot. A great year for Sonny Gray last season with the Minnesota Twins, who got the first place, but really, I don't know. The division was really bad. They really didn't sort of, deserve it, but you always deserve it if you get first place. They did not play that well and still got first because other teams are just really bad. But they got it, and they ended their season in the first round. They got past the wild card. They ended their season in the first round, so that was good for them. I guess a step up because they hadn't gone that far in so many years. So that was good for them. But Gray going to the Cardinals is a great addition for the Cardinals. They just need to, and take my word for it. if you hear me, the Cardinals. But if you hear me, you need to add more pitching and more often. I guess everything, and just try to build on from there. Uh, I would say the same for the Mets and Yankees. You gotta build all around and trade these pieces that really don't mean much, like the Guillormes of the Mets, or I don't know. The Yankees have some players, but we'll get into that because I have 20 predictions or hopes for this offseason. So we'll see what I get into there. Yeah, that's really all I had for the MLB side. Um, well, we can go right into it. As I'm with MLB, we can go into Yankees and Mets. So I want the Yankees to, and this is part of the 20. We'll get more into it, but this is part of the real 20. So the Yankees, I want to keep Volpe, good young star. Um, you know, he'll do better the upcoming years. I see nothing but growth. Obviously, your two main guys keeping this uh power team alive, sorta, even though they didn't make the playoffs last year. Garrett Cole, starting pitching, can't get rid of him ever. He's a stud. Ace pitcher. Sorry, ace pitcher. Top of the rotation every year, just performing out of his mind. You got the Cy Young, well deserved, obvious pick for me, and great pitcher overall. Uh, I got the Yankees. Oh, the other player, Aaron Judge, obviously home run power hitter record. The other, uh, and 2 years ago, and last year he was injured the whole season. Still had a great season when he was in the lineup. Uh, you know, really self-say. He carries the team, and if you get rid of him, you have nothing on your side. On the other side, I think that the Yankees, I don't know, Stanton isn't really doing much for me anymore. He can still be a power hitter, but he's just not relevant anymore, I don't think, in this Yankees system. I think this Yankees system is a little boring for the offense right now and needs to, you know, sort of build around Volpe more. You have Cabrera and Peraza, I guess. Those are two main guys. Dominguez, I almost forgot about. He played a little bit last year, had that home run in his first game. It was crazy. But four players, I don't know. They still need to keep rebuilding. I would say even trade for young talent, not stars yet, but young talent that can get you a little further in the playoffs, which is ultimately their main goal, right? Every team's main goal is to make the World Series and win, but it takes time. It doesn't come right away, and there's better teams out there than young squads versus veteran squads who know how to get the job done. Pitchers are really key for that. I think building your starting rotation and all is extremely key. Um, Same goes for the Mets. I guess getting that Yamamoto guy from Japan and, you know, acquiring maybe a starter like Jordan Montgomery is going to build up your rotation. Really a veteran guy who can eat up some innings like he did with the Rangers after coming over from the Cardinals. Um, Really good guy there. Uh, Great consistency, I would say. He really helped the Rangers win that World Series, along with Evaldi, who I don't think is going anywhere. But yeah. Oh, another name on this list, we hear crazy stuff, but Mike Trout is always going to be on talks, but has never come close to being traded from the Angels, or just it's crazy to say, or just bought out or something. But it's crazy to say, but the Angels don't get anywhere every year. They think they get off to this hot start, and then they don't make it anywhere. With Otani too, same thing. I think he will get traded. Um, I don't think it's gonna be the Dodgers. It might be the Giants, but I'm still not even sure about that. Uh, Mets is a long shot. I prefer they get him obviously for all the talent, but if they don't, I would go for uh I would focus more on power hitters, home run hitters, like Juan Soto is available. He's proven in the league, but with the Padres it just hasn't come together. I think with the Mets, he can show his power. Have a nice connection too with Francisco Lindor. I think most of the Mets I've seen in the past when he was with the Nationals playing them like a ton, they actually got along really good, and I think that connection sort of built it up. Uh, Mets can get a couple of prospects pitching and maybe help them that way. Senga is a keystone right now in this rotation. Amazing guy. Quintana surprisingly is still in the rotation. Um, I think we're gonna get rid of a lot of utility players that we just have sitting around. DJ Stewart, really good guy, filling in last season at the end. Uh I don't know. I don't think I'll have the same kind of streak he was on sort of with the home runs and all the records. But I think he'll be a good bench player if we can keep him healthy and all that. Alonso better stay, and that's part of my 20. Alonso better stay. Uh, Mets won't be anywhere without him, but I don't know. With Lindor and Alonso, I see that as a great two. Controversial pick here. Jeff McNeil. I don't like him, honestly. He is he taps the ball weirdly. Uh, it's kind of funny, but it's true. He gets these tap hits, like sort of bunting, like halfway, and then he finds these holes. It's it's good for batting average and all, getting on base. I just don't like his game. I like to see home runs hit. Mets, they did it a little bit last year, one of the top teams, but Citi Field is tough to hit a home run. It's not meant for Jeff McNeil. Uh, he's proven good defense, just not consistent enough for me. It's not a player to keep around for the long run. On the other hand, keep Nimmo like he's in for the long term. Just keep him for the rest of his career, man. He is incredible. I think he'll be an all-star. He's surely underrated, truly underrated. One of the best. And I'm not being biased either. He's just so underrated. He's one of the best defense on the center fielder. He's one of the best center fielders out there. Dives for balls, robs home runs, all that. Even hustles on the bases when running. Again, sort of like Jeff McNeil, he's not a home run hitter, but much more consistently getting the job done and hustling and defense. It all combines for me. He's always one of the top batting average leaders too. Uh, Really good play from him, and I think it will continue. So with a core of Lindor, uh, throw away McNeil, Lindor, Alonso, and Nemo. Sorry. An addition maybe with Soto or something, just at the best case scenario, because hopefully he can make a comeback and then he'll look good with the Mets. I don't know what else the Mets can do right now. The Yankees, same thing. They're close to Soto as well, so it's a 50-50 between those two and some other teams involved. Um, yeah, the MLB sort of off season is going to be very entertaining and centered around Shohei Ohtani for sure. between the Mets, Yankees, Giants, Dodgers. They're going to be battling it out. Even the Padres got involved at one point. Uh, Everyone's going to be involved and sort of offer sort of the most they can to make him consider joining their team because he's pitching offense. It's crazy what he does, and it shows on the field. It definitely shows on the field because he's won multiple MVPs for a reason. Uh, his pitching is just incredible too. ERA, uh, not the best, but he just goes out every time and does the job. And offense is a little iffy without him. He's amazing on offense. Trout is too, but just can't stay healthy. So we'll see how the offseason goes, and we'll discuss more. Honestly, we'll have more time before big deals get done because you know how it goes. It takes all the offseason until it happens. So yeah, with that, MLB will be very exciting. Uh, I just got a couple pitchers, Severino to the Mets, hopefully. Another guy who has injury issues, but really can help. Um, and then all relief pitchers, relief pitchers, relief pitchers. That's what these two teams need, and it's going to be key if they want to make the playoffs and make long runs too. So yeah, we'll see how it goes with MLB offseason. But moving on to the NBA now. We'll start with the Knicks because they actually got a so there's this NBA in-season tournament going on, and it ended yesterday. The Knicks found out they made a wild card spot, so they didn't make the top spot. They have to win a game and then two others. But the Knicks will play the Bucks because the Knicks got the point differential versus other teams at a 3-1 record. Uh, just with the NBA in season, you try to pile up the points because it matters. So that's what the Knicks did, and they blew out the Charlotte Hornets last night, as they should, in Group B, I think it was, Group B East, whatever. And yeah, the Knicks got the point differential. They're in, so they play the Bucks with Giannis Lillard, and can't see it going too well. I see it as a good game though, but the Bucks are obviously my pick with Antetokounmpo, Middleton, Lillard, Lopez on defense. It's a wild team, honestly, and they're gonna make a lot of noise in this in season and throughout the season. I had them as number one seed. Currently, it's the Celtics, and the Bucks are tied for second. Uh, but it will be very interesting to see as the season goes along because I agreed with TNT last night. The Celtics are not going to let up one bit with Porzingis, Tatum, Brown, White, Horford, and the bench squad is good, but they're just very connected and they have backups with injuries, but they're just a crazy team and 14-4 record is nuts. They are first place and not laying up from there. Neither are the Bucks. Um a little bit behind the Celtics, but not too much. Lillard and Antetokounmpo are getting it going. They have a terrific early record and are looking great after the win versus the Heat last night. A very important in-season game. Yeah, it was very close, and so was the Kings versus Warriors. That game was, man, that might have been the best game I've seen in like 5 years. Uh, Back and forth, nonstop. Coaches had to use timeouts for injuries early on, or challenges like the weird one Mike Brown, the Kings head coach, took in the first quarter. I think it was obvious foul, but he somehow decided to challenge it and didn't get overturned. So he lost the timeout there. So these two coaches, Steve Kerr, head coach of the Warriors, Mike Brown, the two head coaches, they couldn't take any timeouts when it mattered most, so the game just kept going because they used them for injury timeouts or the challenge where they lost it. So with that, they couldn't use any. The game went really quick, but really entertaining. A lot of fouls in the third quarter. I think the Kings took 20 free throws, and that's nuts. And the whole game was nuts, honestly. Kings won at the with the game-winning shot by Malik Monk, the sixth man for them, and the Warriors really blew that. If they won by 13, they would have moved on to the in-season, playoffs. But the Kings sealed the deal by winning that. And they move on to the in-season playoffs. The Kings do. So yeah, with the matchups for in-season playoffs, we have Celtics versus Pacers. Celtics won my over my Nets and Magic in Group C East. So Celtics versus Pacers. I guess I'll go with the Celtics. If we're predicting here. Pelicans versus Kings. Hmm. Is that Kings? I think that would be really good. Pelicans are pretty good. I'll go with the Pelicans, honestly. I can't predict the score though. We got it. It'll be 120 to 114 Pelicans. Celtics versus Pacers will be high scoring 130 to 120 Celtics. I'll just go easy going here. Knicks versus Bucks. I'll go Bucks at home. We'll go with 120 to 104 Bucks win. Suns versus Lakers. I'll go with Phoenix. They're getting it going now, even though they have injuries still, which is crazy. It's Durant carrying the team. Booker too with the game-winning shot versus the Knicks the other day. Suns versus Lakers. I'll go Suns 110 to 99. We'll go with 110 to 99 Phoenix. Uh, yeah, and then just to throw a little twist in with, as mentioned in the title, uh 20th episode, 20 of the best NBA teams, the power rankings. I'm not going to go in order right now, but the 20 teams I've listed are pretty much based off the records because we're early on and you know things are just getting going still. Teams have played 20 games or something now, a little less. The Nets have played 16 now, so they're part way into the season already, but still getting it going. So we have the Bucks, Celtics, Kings, Nuggets, Timberwolves, Nets, Knicks, 76ers, Warriors, Clippers, Lakers, Rockets, Mavericks, Heat, the surprising Orlando Magic, who are in third place, Cavaliers, Hawks, Raptors, who the Nets played and beat yesterday, and then Pelicans and OKC Thunder. This is just based off the early records. Orlando, I don't think is going to keep up this amazing pace they're on. Um, but honestly, great start for them. Their last loss came 7 games ago versus my Brooklyn Nets, where we beat them in the first in-season tournament by 20. Exactly 20. I remember the score without looking, 124 to 104. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that was the score because Nets just kept piling on points at the end to get that point differential, which didn't matter at the end, but it came close to mattering. Um, yeah, I just ranked the Bucks Celtics because they're the top two teams in the East. No one's stopping them with their star power. Kings are young and getting it going. Again from last year. Nuggets championship. Uh, from last year, they're just off to this amazing start. Uh, their home games, they haven't lost any of them yet. Uh, along with the Celtics, they're the only two teams who haven't lost at home yet, which is pretty good. half their games, like 8 games at home already, so that's good. Um, Knicks, I'm biased to the Nets. I think 9-8 record's good for them because I don't know if they'll get better or not from there, but they're showing a lot of good young energy. Bridges, Walker off the bench getting these 20 points per game. Claxton coming back, injury, whether he's on the court or not, he makes a difference every game he steps on the court. Another double double game, or close to it. I think he got 8 rebounds last night, so pretty close. He blocked 4 shots yesterday. He makes so much of a difference for the Nets, even though he's not a true center. He's he plays as a center role for the Nets, and he's a very good player though. So don't get me wrong there. He makes so much of a difference and definitely helped us win last night. And last but not least with the Nets, gotta show some love to well, first off, Royce O'Neal has been shooting lights out from three now. Um Another 6 threes after the last game. He had 6 threes off the bench, so he's scoring a good 20 points off the bench per game. That's excellent with Walker off the bench. Those two players, excellent. Even Sharp is providing some minutes. But yeah, we got to show some love to my guy who I really doubted last season because he wasn't playing good at all and making so many mistakes. Yeah, let's show some love to Spencer Dinwiddie. He makes well, he's been very good. Very not consistent, but he's definitely shown more assertiveness and making more buckets. Threes are insane. He's getting to the free throw line more. He's acting as a good point guard right now for these Brooklyn Nets. And I think if we see him continue at the next few games, he'll have a very good season. And he's already better than what we acquired from the Mavericks for Irving trade last season, mid-season. But you know, he's been much better now. So let's show some love to Spencer Dinwiddie and not like down him today because he's been playing much better. Um, yeah, 22 points last night, very good after another 20-point game the game before. The rest of the teams just have a bunch of players. Warriors with Curry really carrying again. 76ers, Embiid, Maxey, Harris, whatever there is good. Timberwolves are coming down a little bit, but Edwards, with the injury, I hope he comes back soon. Um, Towns, Gobert, really good stuff. Uh, I just I don't like their team, but they can put wins together at a consistent basis. They'll be fine. Clippers are gonna start to get it going, but we haven't seen it yet at a consistent basis. Finally got the first win after 6 straight losses or something since Harden joined. Harden, Leonard, George, they just got Tyus as a backup center, which is very good and what they needed. So I think they'll start to get it going a little, but I just don't see them as a contender again. With a bunch of ISO players, Westbrook is trying to act clutch too, and he's not clutch at all. Um, Leonard, George, they're consistent, but they're not going to get it done in a playoff series versus a dominant like Jokic and Murray or Lillard on Kumpo for sure. Brown, Tatum, all those. Uh, they'll try to build, I guess, keep going, but it's going to get to a point where they need to start a different route. So we'll see with the Clippers. Lakers just getting way too old for me, but they're one of these top 20 teams still, better than the bad teams. Like Spurs are really bad. I don't have them on the list because Wembanyama is really not enough. He's not doing enough. and these Spurs don't really have any backup options right now, so I don't see much going on with them, at least this season. The Heat have got it going again. A couple losses, but they're in good position right now. With Butler, Adebayo carrying Hero as a bench is really good. Magic are a surprise team. They are in my list. I don't think they'll keep it up again, but the Wagner brothers, spelled out Wagner, but pronounced Wagner. Uh, Cole Anthony's okay. Suggs okay. Bankero is very talented, but not consistent. Uh, Man, they got her guys. The oldest guy they got is Joe Ingles, and I really don't know why he's on the team. He played well versus my Nets, but I really don't know why he's on the team. He just does not fit any way of this Magic scenario. Uh yeah, and then I got Cavs, Hawks, Raptors, Pelicans, Thunder, similar things. They're on the uprise. Young talent, uh true all around players that can get it done, sort of like the Brooklyn way. You have a bunch of role players who can get it done. I think they'll win some games this season. Um, and the rest of the teams not on the list, I don't think they're going anywhere this season. Uh, very bad starts for some of these teams, especially the Bulls who have Levine, DeRozan. We'll see where either one of them go, but they're definitely going to move on because this is not working out with the Bulls. Only 5 wins and I don't know, like 18 losses or something. It's not very good, and it won't change. I don't believe. So yeah, that's with NBA. We'll see how the tournament goes, and it all starts this Monday and Tuesday, as the rest of the teams get a break for about a week while they watch these teams play it out. Winner gets a certain amount of money, and that's about it for the prize. But it might help them in standing predictions, but or standing outcomes. Uh, by the time the end of the season comes, but all they're doing is winning cash and bragging rights. But it's a good idea. Good competition early on. I agree that they should all play on the same. They should all play their last games on the day of the fifth and final game. They should all play on the same day to see the outcomes, know the outcomes, what they need to do, and all, and then the standings will form from there. Uh, but yeah, it's been fun for the first season, and I think they can make changes to it, but I think it should stay around, and it's been very entertaining so far. Especially teams not giving up, like laying the fourth and just trying to add on total points. It's really good to see them playing out. So with NFL, I watched the the Bills game the other day. Very entertaining. It came down to a 59-yard field goal. Uh, the Eagles kicker nailed it, and they went into overtime. It was a crazy kick. Then I think the Bills made a field goal. Came down, made a field goal. Simply put, the Eagles went the other way. Finally were able to get close enough, run it in, uh, with the quarterback in Jalen Hurts, and he ran in for a touchdown. And that was wild. And now the Eagles are still the best team in the league by far. 10-1 now. Their only loss, well, you want to guess it? The only loss came versus the New York Jets, and that is crazy to me because Jets are like really bad. We saw that in the Jets Giants game, even last game versus the Dolphins. Now the Jets, who had hope at the beginning, are really in shambles, and the players don't know what to do about it. They thought they had someone going, but clearly not. Only 6 games left, I believe. 6 weeks left, and They better win some games if they want to make some noise, but I don't see it happening. And same thing with the Giants, but Tommy DeVito, first two games versus two bad teams, he gets the job done though, and they have 4 wins now, 4-8, which is you know best they've been this season, I guess. Um, Two straight wins, yeah, that's key. Low scoring, but they still won, and yeah, that I don't see them making noise again. They're in the same division as the Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys, who are very good, and Commanders are not good, but it's the Cowboys and Eagles running that show. For the Jets, it's the Bills and the even the Patriots are not good, but it's the Bills and the Miami Dolphins running that division. So yeah, Giants got the win, Jets got the loss last week, and they'll keep playing as the weeks go along, but they're not on the right strides right now. Um, Giants, I guess, are, but their record still really stinks. But they're on the uprise, I guess, 4-8. So, and then the Bills go to 500, and they competed well with the Eagles. It still results in a loss and sort of decreases wild card, um, their wild card sort of hopes that they had. Um, so yeah, sticking along with the 20 MLB teams. Sorry, MLB. We're talking about NFL here. So 20 NFL teams, top 20 NFL teams in football currently. I didn't rank them, but if I had to, I would have the Eagles at number one, the Chiefs at number two. I even like how the Lions are doing, so they're up there. Dolphins are up there. They're playing very well in the AFC East. Cowboys are always going to be good. Ravens are very good this season. The Bills are 500, but they're still a top 20 team, or out of the 32. Vikings are okay. Cousins is okay. He's better. He's one of the better quarterbacks, I would say, in the league. Um, I might still put the Bengals, but it's not going to last for long because now Burrow's out forever, and they can't do anything without him. He's a great young quarterback, and he's really carrying those Bengals when he's out there. But I don't think he'll make much noise now that he's out for a while. Let's see. The Steelers are getting it going finally. It took them a while, but they're in my top 20. Cleveland Browns finally make a top 20. They're a little better than they used to be. They went over in one season, and you know they've improved since that. Uh, yeah. If I didn't mention the Broncos, they're in it. Jaguars are playing amazingly. Jacksonville. So two of these Florida teams are playing really well, and the Buccaneers, not really. The Buccaneers didn't make it, so they're the one team from Florida who didn't make it. We got the Colts, and they're okay. They still make my top 20. Uh, the Texans are pretty good. They're one of the two teams in Texas, and both Texas teams makes it. So Texas has something to root for both, with the Texans and the Cowboys. Uh, and then you got I threw in the Rams because they're a little better than most, but I don't see them making noise either. The Rams are in Los Angeles still at SoFi Stadium. I think that's my favorite NFL stadium. I passed it 2 years ago when I was in LA. It was right across from my hotel and right across from a Costco I got gas at. So that was a weird story, but it's really cool. They have a YouTube theater there, and they have SoFi Stadium, which is home to the football, and it kind of concert dome sort of thing, event dome. So it's event space, and it's very pretty how they made it and all the edges, everything of it, of the stadium itself. Uh, Rounding out, we got the Packers, the Saints, and the Falcons. Mediocre teams, but just teams I had to throw in to fill out this top 20 because the bottom 12 are awful, including the 1 and 10 worst team, the Panthers, which I'm still shocked about. But I really don't know much about the Panthers, but they're I would expect better than 1 and 10. But it's just me. Uh, Obviously they're not going anywhere this season and possibly the next few. So yeah, that rounds it out for football. Look forward to these last 6 weeks and these last six games. Uh, and yeah, obviously we gotta wait till February for the Super Bowl, but we'll enjoy the NFL season while it's still here. And we'll see if the Giants can get a few more wins. Jets as well, Bills as well. Try to make some noise on the outside, but not looking in. Because I wouldn't think they would make the playoffs, but Bills might. But we'll see with that. Uh, just to yeah, we'll go to NHL before we wrap things up with Iona sports because that's really key today. Rangers. I'm just gonna go with the Rangers. They're still the best team in the NHL right now. We got them at 15-4 currently, and they're not stepping down at all. They just keep piling up wins. It's crazy how they're doing. First place again in the Metropolitan Division and overall in hockey. And they're just rolling. So we'll see how they keep going. It's still early on, as well as they're identical to the NBA season pretty much. But we'll see how the NHL season keeps on going. And when the NFL ends, I'll inform you more about the NHL and do some more research, even on the Devils, which I was doing for a while, and the Islanders. Also the Sabres because they are in New York. So we'll go with all those. Probably starting next week or something, or the week after. We'll get more into depth about that. Still early on to do anything, but Rangers are rolling at 15-4. So last topic today, we'll get into Iona sports, mainly basketball, because I do have the matchups and their last games. So I actually watched a bunch of it. I watched mostly the women's because they televised that on YouTube last night or the night before that when they played Wagner in Staten Island. Um, Somehow it took the team 2 hours to get there, 2.5 hours to get there. Even shouldn't take that long, but traffic was crazy. I heard. Um, but shout out to the women's. They got the win. They got the 15-point victory, something like that. Um, they pretty much dominated that whole game. I was listening to Wagner announcers the whole games, and it was a little stressful to hear that and nothing about Iona. Until some moments when they started shouting at some players. But Mac play, yeah, starts coming up. Not for the women's yet, but the men's tonight. Women's, they'll keep playing on the road. They come back the 10th of December, so still got a while. That's their next home game. But the men's, they're home tonight, and it's gonna be big. They're gonna unveil the banner. They're gonna play the team they play in the finals of the MAC tournament, which I was there to see in Atlantic City. It's the Marist Red Foxes. Yeah, hopefully we can get the win at home. It'll be a live, active atmosphere tonight at 7 at the Heinz. Uh, so yeah, we'll make sure to pack the hack is the saying, and we'll make sure to do that tonight. Should be really fun unveiling the banner and all that, and the game itself, and just seeing everyone there is gonna be amazing. Um, yeah, women's play next Saturday. They play at Providence, so tough matchup. I don't see them winning that. I I don't even know how Providence is. I just know their men's program has been good for a bunch of years. Um, but it should be good. It should be fun to watch, and it's good that they're playing these tough teams early on, and learning from them. So yeah, they'll be home December 10th, and the men's again start MAC play tonight at 7 at the Hack, the Heinz Athletic Center that stands for. So pack the Hack, and tonight at 7 should be fun. And yeah, I leave you with that for today. Um, Again, great seasons for the soccer. Very disappointing ending for Strider. All that. I look forward to, you know, seeing how they progress throughout the years. I won't be here in person all the time, but I'll make sure to be back for some games. Same thing with the basketball programs. I look forward to a lot of the stuff they can do. Their men's team is very, very, they fight and they're very talented. Greg Gordon, again, as I had Jordan on a few weeks ago, he mentioned he's a very good player. I've seen great performances from him. We got Tritu, um, very good addition. Could shoot the three really well, score you a bunch of points, do everything on the court. Make some tough shots too, like he did versus Colorado. Very good first half for Iona. Not so much of the second half. Um, and from there, yeah, we got Bryce, who I think will be very good. Very good dunker, very good center. We got a hopeful team this season. Yeah. I think we can at least get second place in the MAC, if not first, and prove people wrong. um, and same thing with the women's. I don't think I have as much hope for them, but they are very talented and could easily make a run at this MAC thing. Um, all these players from FDU, they have some returners that were good last year. Uh, Really nothing much else to say about those programs here at Iona, but very, very talented and is going to keep the campus active and alive and make some noise in the MAC hopefully this season. So yeah, we'll wrap it up there. Again, it was nice to introduce these new topics. Who knows? Maybe I'll add in another team. I won't explain all 20 again because that's a lot. Maybe I'll do power rankings. We'll see. Um, with that, maybe I'll add on one more team to make it 21 and just introduce the new team into the list and explain why. But, those are things we'll learn on the fly. And if you want to comment, um, you can let me know what you think of this sort of edition. We'll keep adding in stuff too, but I'll also learn from you guys what you guys like and all. Um, Make sure to like, comment, subscribe as always. Turn on the notification bell for updates on Mosk Pod whenever we come up with new episodes or new content. And yeah, that will honestly do it. And it's very sad to me that this is the second to last or something like that. I think it's the second to last, but we'll learn as we go, and I'll explain to you next week if it's the last. Um, but it's my second to last semester, and it's been a great journey again. Uh, I hope we get in a lot of more episodes before we're done, but it's been really a fun journey. So thanks everyone for making this a special 20th episode. I look forward to next week with our 21st, and we'll have another new team in the power rankings, introduce more Iona stuff, update you on everything going on. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, rest of the day, and enjoy, yeah, enjoy your weeks. Make sure to check in on Iona tonight. I will be there. So I hope to see most of our fellow Gales there. And stay warm, honestly, because it's been 30 degrees these last 2 days. So yeah, hope you guys do well, stay healthy, and hang in there. And make sure to join us next week at 1 o'clock for our 21st episode. Thank you guys.